Yeah, I'm using my K4R here, and I've set him up so he has one of the parts on channel 2 and one on channel 1. And then I got a physical Atari MIDI cables, an Atari sidecar, which is acting as a hard disk, and then a Gotek on this side, which is acting as drive A, and an RGB to HDMI to get this lovely crisp picture, which is being captured into the computer. So let's have a quick look at what I did. On my Gotek, I put a cracked version of Cubase directly onto A, and I just run it because it takes quite a few minutes to do its magic. And up it's come and said, you know, this is an empty blank Cubase. So let's now go and open a song, a brief song off the hard disk. So when we first load it up, it says it's A:* star all, and this doesn't seem to do anything. So if we just rub this out and we put a C:, and then don't hit enter because that will by default do OK and nothing will happen. Click this little button, and now it sees your C drive, and I have a Cubase on there, and then I have a song that I put in test, and this loaded up. And look, it's put the left locator to 4 because I saved it wrong. So let's stick a 1 there. It's got a cycle, which means it will get to 5 and go round. So let's just sort of play this and see what happens. So far so good, yeah. You can emulate this all on Atari. You can put a physical MIDI cable in. Let me show you what I mean. Like one of these into your PC, and then it will behave like an Atari if you configure it. But I have the real machine here, and I want to play with it. So what else can you do? So you can go to File, Open, and what this machine came out late 80s, the K4. There is a MIDI manager, and we did the same trick where we want to look at the C:* Cubase because by default it looks at A://, and we look in the mixer map. Again, I don't know why I can't run the Cubase directly off the drive, but if you have one of these synths, someone has created a map for it. So an M1 matrix synthesizer. What else? The S. Well, that was a nice machine. I don't know what a Williams is. Formula One car, I think. So there's a K4 that I've got, and it loads up. And at first you think, oh, so what? So let's put that back to the beginning. And now when we come to the edit, we can go to the MIDI manager, or we could do Control F, and it says, oh, okay. And now you get like this. And if we're not careful in this mode, you see we can move stuff. So what we have to do is right-hand click and go to that little mode with the finger. So now when we push the play, we can change the stuff real time. And the idea is that you could actually come out of that mode and go into this mode. Then you could create a new parameter, and you could call it, I don't know, AM, FM, and you could turn it into an on-off button, and then you could find the sysx that allows you to turn the AM, FM off. Hang on, let me just. But that was how we did things back in the day. I mean, now you have things like controller, but if you've ever wondered what else you can do with the Cubase, then for either the older synthesizers, or you can define your own if you have the sysx for it, you can add in some sort of ability to modify real time and record changes directly to the synthesizer. Because, I mean, this one has got really not that much of an interface. I mean, if we if we just flick back to the K4, we can see what interface we've got. We've got a generic volume slider, we've got a single parameter slider, and then we have to choose stuff here and deep dive in. So it's not very intuitive, but if you use the sysex that is published for the machine, or I wrote a controller panel for ages ago, then you can modify real time either with a computer, or you could use like a BCR 2000 or anything like a control surface, because this is just basic sysex. There's no nerpins going on here, and modify it. So again, this is it being modified on an old Atari of the day, or you could run Atari on a PC and do it that way. So hope you found something useful out of this, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.